welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. Thank you guys for joining me today for this unboxing. I do have some laundry going on in the background, so hopefully you can't hear that very well. But I wanted to unbox this diamond painting so I can kit it up and start working on it. So this is from Enabler's Outpost. I received it a little while ago, but I am wanting to open it and get into it kind of for the winter Christmas season now. Unfortunately, this box is pretty beat up. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it on camera. The top is definitely a little beat up there as well, but we will go ahead and get into it and see what the diamond painting looks like on the inside. This is the picture here that we are going to be opening. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so first thing we have here is a toolkit. So we'll go ahead and open that up. So it looks like we have ourselves a purple boat here. So we've got just a little purple boat. Looks like we have a pair of tweezers that the cover minder magnet is attached to. So we have a pair of tweezers here. They are not super sharp, pokey tweezers, but they do have a nice edge there if you haven't had any tweezers. Go ahead and get into the cover minder since it came out. Looks like this beautiful reddish pink star with star glitters on it, and then it's in its own case, and it does have both magnets attached to it here. I'm not going to open it up because the case is taped there. And then we do have a standard one single placer pen here with a squishy. And then we got a couple more items in here. So it looks like we have a couple of multi-placers. We've got a 4 multi-placer as well as a 7 multi-placer. And then we have our caddy of wax. Unfortunately, the lid popped off of it, but that doesn't seem to have had any issue on the wax at all. There is a little plastic film on here that you'll want to make sure you peel off if you're going to be diamond painting with this. This is wax that I wouldn't use myself, but if you are using it, make sure you peel that back before you try to load it up into your pen. All right, so those are all the items then from the toolkit. We'll go ahead and move those out of the way and we'll get into the canvas. All right, so for the canvas, we'll go ahead and take that out. It's on this really nice soft material here. All right, it is just a little too wide for the camera, so we might not be able to get all of it on camera here at one time, but I will try my best to show you as much as I can. So as I said, it's a pretty soft canvas. It does have some fraying kind of little bits here on the edge on the scallop, and it makes it a little rough, but that's all right. And then we'll go ahead and open this up. This is going to be upside down for you guys for just a second. It's a poured glue canvas. But we have this little girl here with all of the Christmas lights. And then at the bottom here, she's got herself, a little snow globe. And then there's a little polar bear friend down here at the bottom with her as well. And then in the background here, it's mostly all one color, but there's a few little like twinklings of stars and things in the background here as well. All right, so I'll go ahead and roll this back up for a second and we will look at the drills. All right, so before we get into the drills, this is a picture there of the image. It's called Winter Girl. It does say it's licensed from Shutterstock on there. These are not stickers. This is just on photo paper, but it does specify on here that the image is a 60 by 80 drill area. There's 37 colors, 1 rhinestone, 1 glow-in-the-dark drill, There's also poured glue and round drills for this kit in particular. And then over here on the side, this does have a log of all of the DMC codes and the symbols and the number of colors. So there's the 37 there. All right, now I have to deal with a little bit of wrinkling, but I opened it a little bit, so hopefully it's not too bad here. Here is all of the drills. They are packaged up in this log here, and they are all in individual baggies. So I'll kind of go through the colors here really quick, and then we can take a look at the canvas in a little more detail, and I can take you guys down off the tripod. So, looks like we have a nice slate blue color. We have a light gray. We have a medium gray. We have a nice pale baby pink. Looks like we got some black here. Yep, 310. We've got another medium to dark gray. Here is another light medium gray. We've got a dark navy blue. We got quite a bit of this. This is probably a lot in the background. This is our 336 color. This is kind of like a green toned gray almost. We got another medium to dark gray. We have a light gray. We have a nice purpley mauve color. We got another couple like that. So this is a slightly lighter, more medium of that purpley mauve, and then a lighter pale version of that purpley mauve color. We've got a dark gray here. We've got a slightly lighter dark gray. We have a nice like light white gray. We've got some nice baby blue. Got a really beautiful like periwinkle color, kind of like a blue-gray. Here's a slightly darker kind of periwinkle slate blue color. We've got a nice cornflower blue. Have another navy blue shade, 823 for that one. We got another slightly darker navy blue. Got a nice blue turquoisey color. We have another dark gray. We've got another blue gray, almost kind of a teal color. We've got a dark green color. This is the color I kept thinking I was pulling. So we have 3 bags here of 939, so navy blue. All right. We've got ourselves a bright white color. So that is 5200. We've got another purpley mauve color. We've got another dark gray here. We have another pale pink. This one's more on the peachy side. Got another light purpley color here. Another kind of light blue periwinkle. We have another dark gray. It almost has a brown hint to it. Yep, we have a 4th bag of 939. And then we have a dark purpley color. And then our last 2 drill colors are our specialty drills. So these are gonna be the glow in the dark drills. And then these are our crystals. So it looks like kind of a yellowy brown topaz color. Pretty hard to see here. There's not a lot that are flipped right side up here. It's almost like a champagne gold kind of a color when the light catches it just right. So those are all of our colors. And just to show you with a bag of the 939 here, on the bags, it does have the number 28, which corresponds with the colors listed on the canvas. So this would be the 28th color on the canvas. And then the 939 is the DMC number. So it doesn't have the symbols on it, but it does have the number that it corresponds with for this particular canvas, as well as the DMC number. And then I would assume that the number on the bottom is probably the weight of the bag. So that is all the drills. We do have a couple of little straggler drills here in the bottom of the plastic. So I'm gonna make sure that all of these bags are closed up well, just to make sure we're not losing anything. But as I said, I will take you guys off the tripod here and I will go ahead and give you a closer look at the canvas. All right, I did go ahead and adjust my lighting slightly, so hopefully you guys can see this a little bit better. My outside light from my window was starting to get a little darker, so it made it a little harder to see. I'm still not quite all in frame, I don't think, but this is the image, and I'll kind of give you a close-up here in just a moment as well. All right, so I did go ahead and roll the canvas back before I laid it out on the table here, just so that it would lay a little bit flatter. Since it's poured glue, you're able to roll it backwards in on itself to help lay it flat a little bit more. I'll probably also pull back the plastic cover a little bit to try to straighten out some of this kind of that was at the wider bits where there's still kind of some bumps going on, to kind of try to flatten it out just a little bit more. I will say that the canvas itself doesn't seem to have any damage, even though the box got a little beat up, so that's good. Up at the top here, we do have the Enablers Outpost logo, and then over here on the left, we have the color key. And then down here at the bottom, it says Winter Girl, which is the name of the image, as well as the licensed from Shutterstock. And then on the other side of the canvas here, we have Enablers Outpost social media. And then they have another schematic over here on the other side as well. This one has a little thumbnail image as well as the size, which is again 60 by 80 for this particular image. So I will say they also have, I don't know if you'll be able to pick up, yeah, you can see it a little bit there on the camera. The canvas itself has some glitter in it, so it's a little sparkly. And I noticed that in some of the lighter spots, I can even see it like on the canvas itself. So it is throughout the entirety of the canvas. Obviously, once the drills are on, you won't be able to see it as well. But we'll kind of do a quick pan here of the canvas as a whole. So up here, there's just a whole bunch of these little dangly snowflake lights. I'm gonna guess this is where a lot of the glow-in-the-dark drills are going to be a part of. Is kind of up here. There's a little creature up on her head there as well. It almost looks like, I think it's just a light bulb, but the way that it looks kind of here in the center when I pan over it, it kind of looks like she's got like a little owl friend on top of her head. And then again, this background is mostly one color, but you can see here, there's kind of some little sprinklings and some little dots of different colors, but it is primarily just one color. And again, she's holding her own little ornament light there. And then down at the bottom, we have her little polar bear friend. And just more of that single placing in the background here as all that same one color. So just to try to give you a better idea of the quality of the image, or the printing, it looks like the printing is really nice quality here. It's easier to see probably in these lighter spaces than it is on the darker. And then let's see here. So it looks like on their schematic code, they have the normal DMC colors until we get down here to the bottom. And then we have our two specialty drills. So the glow-in-the-dark one is gonna be this L5200, and the crystal one is going to be that C842. So let's see if we can find some of those H's and those check marks just to see where those are gonna be at on the canvas here. So I'm not seeing too many, looks like, okay, so here is the H's. You can see a couple here. There's some here. So it looks like the crystals are going to be in the lines here of the strings that are holding up all of these lights. So each of those lights is going to have a smattering of crystals to hold them up. And then as I mentioned earlier, I'm right that the check marks are up here in all of these lights. So a lot of this white, if not all of the white up here, is check marks. So that's all going to be that white glow in the dark drill. I'm seeing it also here in this one, and that looks about it. I'm not seeing it anywhere else. I'm not seeing any down here in this one that she's holding in her hand. Same with, there's no crystals. So implication probably that it's not yet connected to everything that is up here in the same way. But yeah, so that is the entirety of this canvas here. And you know, now that I'm looking at it from this angle again, I think I'm right about this maybe being a little penguin friend that she has, because I think she's also holding one right here in her arms that's holding this snow globe. So there are a couple of little creatures here with her as well. I will go ahead and get working on kitting it up. I'll try to record that as well. And I will share that with you in addition to this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.